The first knock came exactly at midnight. Knock. Amora's eyes snapped open. She held her breath, staring into the darkness of her tiny bedroom. Outside, the wind whispered through the old mango trees surrounding the lonely farmhouse. Rain tapped gently against the wooden roof. Then it came again. Knock. Knock. 3 slow, deliberate knocks. Not loud enough to wake the whole village. Just loud enough to let her know someone was standing outside her front door. Amora reached for the lantern beside her bed, her hands trembling. Who could possibly visit at this hour? She had only moved into the farmhouse 3 days earlier, after burying her husband, Daniel. The villagers had welcomed her with polite smiles, but every conversation ended the same way. Whatever you hear after midnight, the oldest woman had whispered, don't answer the door. Amora had laughed. She didn't believe in ghost stories. Now, standing barefoot on the cold wooden floor, those words echoed inside her mind. Another knock. 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 Slow. Patient. Almost polite. She walked toward the front door. Each creaking floorboard sounded louder than the last. Her heartbeat pounded in her ears. She stopped with her hand resting on the old iron handle. Who's there? She called. Silence. Only the wind answered. Taking a deep breath, she unlocked the door and pulled it open. Nothing. No person. No animal. No footprints. Only an empty dirt path disappearing into the darkness. She stepped outside, raising the lantern higher. The light revealed the old fence, the well, and the swaying trees. Nothing else. A cold breeze swept past her. Then, a whisper. So faint she couldn't tell if it was real. Leave. She spun around. No one. The whisper vanished as quickly as it had come. Shaken, she hurried back inside and bolted the door. The next morning, she told herself it had been grief playing tricks on her mind. Until she met her nearest neighbor. Old Mama Ike was sweeping her compound when Amora mentioned the midnight visitor. The old woman's broom stopped moving. You opened the door. Amora nodded. Mama Ike's face turned pale. You should never do that again. Why? The old woman looked around to make sure nobody was listening. Before she could answer, another villager called her name from across the road. She quickly grabbed Amora's wrist. If you value your life. She leaned closer. Pretend you never heard the knocking. Then she walked away without another word. That night, Amora pushed a heavy wooden table against the front door. She lit every lantern in the house. She kept a kitchen knife beside her chair. Midnight arrived. Nothing. She sighed with relief. Maybe it was over. Then, knock. Her blood froze. Knock. Knock. The knocking had returned. This time, it came from the back door. Stay tuned for part 2.